We're going to copy this isometric, and to start with, we're going to note that we're going to start with that point over there, using as our base point. And to get us going, we're going to select a point at the bottom of the page as our starting point, and then we're going to draw out two lines using our 30-60 degree set square. At a 30 degree angle, we're going to draw out a construction line from that point at a 30 degree to the one side. We're going to flip that around and we're going to draw out another 30 degree line to the other side, and then a vertical line as well from that same point to get us started. Okay, then we're going to take our isometric and we have a look. We're going to start with this side over here, which we can see they say is 10 millimeters high, so we're going to draw that in first. On our construction line, we're going to go and draw in that 10 millimeter line. And then it tells us that that is 60 millimeters long that way and 35 that way. So we're going to mark each of those out. We're going to do 60 millimeters to the side there, and then 35 millimeters to the side over here. Okay. Remember, those onto our construction lines we've already drawn at 30 degree angle, making sure of course that our 30 degree set square was on the straight edge of our board. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to go and start on the side here and draw out this shape. Okay, and we're going to go, we've done our 10 millimeters up, we now got to go 15 millimeters in according to that measurement there, 15 millimeters in, and then 35 millimeters up according to our measurement there. So we're going to go and draw a construction line from this point, and then mark and draw our 15 millimeter line. Okay, we draw our 15 millimeter line in, and then we're going to go and do another construction line going up from that line, and we're then going to draw in our 35 millimeter line. Okay, after our 35 mm line, that's that one there, we now need to go to this line, which you see here is 15 millimeters according to that measurement, and then we're going to go to this side over here and do our 15 millimeters up. Okay, so I'm going to need a construction line over here for the 15 millimeters up, and I'm going to need a construction line across over there for that 15 mm line. I'm going to go draw those two in. And then 15 millimeters up over here. Now you'll see that I'm not going to go and draw this line yet because I don't know how long it is. They haven't told me. So I'm going to draw this line, then go across and up, because then whatever distance is left between that line and there will automatically give me the distance of that line. So I've drawn that line there. Now I'm going to go across, which just says 10 millimeters. And then I'll go another 15 up and 20 across again. Okay, so I'm going to do construction line inwards over there, and they've said that we then got to go 10 millimeters in. So I'm going to measure my 10 millimeters in. And then we're going to go another 15 millimeters up. So I'm going to draw another construction line there, and then go and draw in my 15 mm line, and then they've said that we go in another 15 millimeters. I'm going to draw my construction line there, and I shouldn't even have to measure that line because that should meet up with this line over here, which we didn't know the measurement to. I'm going to draw that in, and then I can draw in this line at a 30 degree angle. There we go. So we've got that full front shape over there. Got that done. Now we're going to go inwards, and we're going to go and start with a construction line over here. For that line that would have to go up. Okay, and that's still 10 millimeters as it is there. So all we're going to do is project a cross onto that line. We don't need to draw a construction line, because it's just got to meet up with that one. So we can draw in that dark, and that of course then tells us the length of that line, so we can draw that in dark. Then we're going to go inwards here. We also don't need to construct anything. Well, we do. We're going to draw a construction line there, and then we're going to use this point over here, which we can see is going to meet up with that construction line, and we're going to draw a dark line across, so we don't have to measure that. And then we can draw that line in dark, and then we're going to do the same thing again going up over here, because we know that that back is going to meet up with the front, so we're going to draw a construction line there, and then at a 30-degree angle we're going to project that corner, okay, across. It's not meant to be dark, it's meant to be a construction line. Okay, we can project that across. Okay, and then we can draw this in dark over here. Okay, and then again we're going to project a construction line across here, and then we can bring a dark line across over there to meet up with it, and then we can draw that in dark. And then these last lines at the bottom over here, this one here, we're going to draw a construction line out that way. Now that part's at the back over there, so we're going to measure 35 millimeters on that line, because we know that the thickness of the shape is 35 millimeters, and we're going to draw that in dark on that line. And then we're going to use our 30-degree set square to then simply draw in this line until it hits that top line over there. And then that bottom line here doesn't need a measurement, we just need to project at a 30-degree angle that corner until it hits into the side of that line, so we can draw that in. Okay, now I've gone and made a mistake here. I'm drawing in pen, so I can't fix this. Now, just note to be careful, okay, that you don't just go and draw in dark lines where they shouldn't be, right, without checking what you're drawing, because I need a 5 millimeter little line over there, another 5 mil line in over there onto this line. So I'm going to try and do that as clearly for you as possible. There's a 5 mil line there, and then I'd have to have a 5 millimeter line in over here. Hopefully you can see that clearly. And then that's the start of my hole, which has got to go 10 millimeters in, okay, and then have a back line. So I'm going to draw a construction line in over there, and another construction line off of my 5 mil line there, and then that's 10 and that's 15, so that means there's a difference of 5, so that measurement there is going to be 5. So I'm going to measure that on my construction line. I'm going to mark it off, and then using my 30-degree set square I can then draw in the back line to that hole as a dark line. And then I can also go and draw in the two side lines, that one over there and that one there. And then we've just got to get the back part of the hole as well as the depth. The depth of that hole is 25 millimeters according to that. So we're going to draw a construction line straight down on both sides. I'm going to measure one of them as being 25 millimeters and mark it off. Okay, and then we can use our 30-degree again to draw that baseline of the hole, and then of course we can project that up to draw in that line dark as well as this one. And then the bottom part of the hole, we're just going to draw a construction line from that corner inwards, which will then meet up with this corner. There's a dark line, and then we can draw in that dark line, and then all we need is one more dark line to come in until it hits that side line over there. Okay, now just remember that that line over there shouldn't be there at all. Then we've got our complete isometric.